Correlation is nothing. It's a relationship. Correlation, right? So what is correlation? It is a statistical method or a statistical technique that measure quantitative relationship between different variable like price and demand. What is the relationship between price and demand? That is a correlation. So firstly, you will write chapter correlation and you will write what is correlation, this definition. Be very, very quick, guys. Okay. So now let's just move to the next part, which is I hope everyone is done, right? Both of you done. Because okay. Now there are two things. One is positive and one is negative correlation. Okay. So what is positive correlation? When the variables move in same direction. That means if one is increasing, other one is also increasing. That is a positive correlation. Then second one is negative when the two variable changes in different direction, that are called negative correlation. Then there is a linear correlation, right? So first one is positive and negative. Positive you know and negative you know, right? Now linear correlation. Linear correlation means the change in them, it is same. Just a minute. Okay, so linear means that they are moving in the constant proportion, right? And non-linear means they are not moving in the constant proportion. Okay, this is what. Then there are simple and multiple correlations. Simple means that it is only between the two variables. like price and demand. Okay. But multiple correlation means that there are more than two among three or more than three variables, right? Then this is very important, degree of correlation, right? Degree of correlation, it can be first, it can be perfect correlation that the two variables are changing in the same proportion. Perfect positive, like both are positive. Perfect negative, that it is minus. Or there can be no correlation. And this is a degree which you need to keep in mind. So this is a degree of correlation. See, if your answer is between +1 or -1, then it is perfect. Positive and perfect negative. If it is in between 0.75 to 1, it is high, right? And if it is between 0.25 to 0.75 moderate and 0 to 0.25 low and 0 means 0. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So first of all, what you are going to write? You are just going to write the names. You will write this. Types of correlation. Quickly write it down. I'm verbally saying it. Types of correlation. First, positive and negative. Types of correlation. First one is positive and negative.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Both of you done? Second?
1 minute.
Okay. Types of correlation. Then the first one is positive and negative correlation.
Yes.
Okay. Now, second one, linear, non-linear. Linear and non-linear correlation. Okay. Third, simple and multiple correlation. Simple and multiple correlation. Simple and multiple correlation. Then you will, wait a minute. Let me just. Now you will write the next table. You will make it, this table you will make degree of correlation and then you will make it like this. Okay. Clear?
Yes. Ma'am, should we by heart this table?
Sorry, Sienna.
Ma'am, should we by heart this table for exam?
Like, see, it's very easy. See, perfect, high, moderate, low, 0, right? Perfect one, +1, 0 to 0.75 to 1, then 0.25, choose 0.75. Like this is basically sometimes when you find out the correlation, right? They ask you the degree. So for example, your answer was 0.85, right? You got this. So at that time, if you don't know the stable, what you will write, that what is the degree of the correlation? At that time, you cannot answer the question degree, na? But if you know that 0.85 lies between here, 0.75 to 1, you will say, ma'am, this is high, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Girls done?
Yes.
Okay. Now we are going to do the very good. Yeah, this scatter diagram is very, very, you can say, easy one. So now there we have different methods. Three methods are there. One is scatter diagram method, next is Carl Pearson, and then is Pearson rank correlation coefficient. Okay. So first you will write method of estimating things. You will write all this. Then first of all we will be starting with the scattered diagram. What is this? Scatter diagram offer a graphical expression of the direction and the degree of correlation. Okay. So over here they tell you the direction as well as the degree of correlation. Okay. Now this one. You will just make a rough diagram. Okay. Rough diagram. See, if your all the points x and y will be given to you, you will plot it. If your graph goes like this, then it is perfect positive, right? If it goes like this, then it is perfect negative. If your points are like this, scattered one, right? And they are going in upward direction, then it is only positive, not perfect. Okay. And it is, if they are coming down but forming a straight line, then it's a negative. But if they are like this, they are directionless, they don't have any direction, then it means no correlation. Clear?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Now coming to this, sometimes they ask you the merits and demerits as well, so we will quickly write it down. First of all, scatter diagram, you will just write this very simple method. Okay. Second, just a glance at a diagram is enough to know the value of the variable have any relation or not. Okay. Just by looking only, you can tell me the relation, right? So that's, and then indicate whether, indicates whether the relation is positive or negative. Over here, by looking at the diagram only, you can tell whether if it is going upward, positive, if it's coming downward, then negative, right? And demerits, a scatter diagram does not measure the precise extent of correlation. They only just tell you the direction. They don't tell you the exact values, right? So this second only, it gives only an appropriate idea of relation. It is only giving you the rough idea that okay, it is positive, negative like this, and it is not a quantitative measure of relationship between the variable. It is only qualitative expression of quantitative change. Clear? So what you are going to write
Teacher,
first? Write
for exam, will they ask the merits and demerits?
they didn't ask. They asked.
Teacher, for the exam, will they ask?
See, it depends on school to school and it depends on teacher to teacher, right? Even in one marker also sometimes they are write one merit, demerits of scatter diagram instead of giving you in for 3 marks, right? Because for 3 marks they have enough thing to do, but nobody knows. So I'm not asking you to just by heart learn it, but in case if they ask you, so at least you should have few points to write it down, right?
Yes.
So it depends on the teacher to teacher. Usually they don't give it, like 70% chances are they won't be asking you marriage, remarriage, but the rest 20 to 30% they can. Because in CBSE it's not mentioned that they cannot ask you merits and demerits. They can ask you, right? So they can't take any chance. Okay, girls, I think you both wrote it down. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now quickly do draw the diagrams. Just the rough diagram. Just make it like this and, draw it like this. And this one is very, very important. Writing this. Okay? And the dots.
So what is AR? Wait,
Sorry, Siana.
oh, ma'am, what is ma'am, ABCD is the just the figure numbers, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's A, B, C. Figure, B figure, C figure, D and E. Right?
Ma'am, R is correlation.
Yes. R equals to this. R equals to correlation. Here, R is only like it's not a number. It's just a positive one. Right? But here, it's negative.
Done, ma'am.
Girls done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now this is the question. Okay. You will draw. You know this is x-axis, this is y-axis, right? You will draw it and you will tell me the relationship. Okay. Clear? Okay. Quickly do it.
Ma'am, for these kind of questions, how are we supposed to draw?
This one.
Yes, ma'am.
This one will be height. You will be taking x and this will be y. and you have to plot it in the like this will be x, this will be y, right? So x you will be plotting here and y you will be plotting here. And see, for example, it is 65 and 80. So here it will be 65, right? Like this. So first,
We should take
accordingly,
the
you will
same numbers. I mean the scale. Like how will we take the scale?
scale, it's up to you. See, over here they are starting from 60 and here the 50 and 65, right? So you can take 50, then 60, then 65, 3,
Okay.
right? And here it is 180, 50 and all that. So you can take 150, 160, 170, 180 like this. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes. Done?
no, ma'am, I have plotted the points.
Hmm.
What should we do next?
What is the relation then? Tell me. Be loud, girls. I can't hear you, people. I can hear you both. Your mics are on, but I can't hear you. Okay, tell me. Positive?
Ma'am, how do we find that? I'm not sure. I just plotted the points.
Okay, you plotted the out of this. What is the just join all the points and tell me how they are looking. Are your points going like this, or they are like going upward but zigzag, zigzag, coming downward or zigzag, zigzag, or like there is no, some points are left, some right, some up and down.
Ma'am, it's looking like some are up and down, like F.
Which one?
Like no correlation.
Okay, both of you, no correlation. Siona?
Ma'am, I did not do it. I was looking in the textbook and the solution. So I was trying to understand how what is.
Okay, see over here 50, 55, 60, 65, this, right? So there is no correlation. I hope you can see it, right?
Yeah, ma'am. But then in
So
the
over
text saying that
here,
it has
yeah.
positive.
They don't. So it's basically they are like going up, down, then this, not even a straight line. So there is no correlation. Clear? Yes? No? Okay. Now this one you will do. Then no, not the. Okay. Mm,
Ma'am, can you explain what is written below the solution?
this one.
Yes, ma'am.
And see, over here, glance at the above diagram shows that there is a positive relationship between height and weight of the student, right? The dots are moving upward in a particular course from left to right. It shows with the increase in height. However, this case is limited positive correlation does not make a straight line. Over here, startingly, what you are getting that see, startingly what is happening? They are increasing this, right? This, right? They are increasing. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, but I told you they are increasing, but they are not forming a straight line, right? Yes.
Mm.
So over here, though, here it is a positive relationship, but here they come that there is no relation because they are moving in not even at this line. They are moving upward, right?
Mm.
Clear? Yes. See, over
Yes, ma'am.
here, they are moving in this line, so there is somewhere the positive. But here, when they come here, they are going this and then coming backward also. So no correlation over here.
Mm.
Clear? This is
Yeah.
limited. Like you can say they have just mentioned limited positive. It is positive, but it is limited, not the entire. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's just do the next one, which is the Carl Pearson coefficient correlation. So first of all, what is this? Carl Pearson has given a quantitative method of calculating correlation. It is important and widely used method of studying correlation. Carl Pearson coefficient of correlation is generally written as R. Okay. This is the formula. R equals to summation of xy divided by n and sigma. This is the step deviation method. Step deviation sign. Okay. X of deviation y, and this is the formula for this, how you have to calculate. Clear? We have different formula. One by one we will discuss it. First you will write it, then I'll tell you how to find this xy, how to find this and all that. You have to remember the mean chapter. Over there you did the deviation part, step deviation, you remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this is what you have to use here. So first write Karl Pearson coefficient correlation, then write this definition, then write the formula. R is coefficient of correlation. How come you will find X? You will find X from X minus X bar. This X bar, who will tell me what is this?
Mean.
Yes, this is mean. Okay. And coming to Y, how will you find Y? See, this is small y, okay, and this one is bigger y, this one. So y equals to y minus this. This standard deviation of X series, standard deviation of Y series, and n is number of observation. Okay. First write this, then I'll scroll it down. Then we will do the numerical. Once I will explain you the numerical, you will get to know what to do. Okay. Girls, written the formulas?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So now you have one modified version as well, right? We will quickly write it down, which is r equals to summation of xy. This x square multiplied by summation of y square. How to calculate x? Small x, big X minus the mean. Y, big Y minus this. So you will write, modified version of Carl Pearson. So instead of using this one, because this is really a hectic one, first you have to calculate the step deviation and that. So just to make the thing simpler, they have just modified this. So now you don't have to calculate any deviation and all that, right? So write the modified version of Carl Pearson, write this formula, and then we will solve the question. Clear?
Yes.
This chapter will straightly give you 4 to 6 marks if you are because in this chapter nothing is there. Just remember the formula, put the value and get the answer, right? So if you want to score very well in this, because I teach a boy who is 1 to 1, he is also in 11th standard, right? So he had his paper and he was just telling me he did a mistake in ogive. He scored, I think, out of 80, he scored 74. He was very much sure about the things, but sometimes we think like ogive is easy or the graphs are easy, and he made mistake over there and he lost straight 6 marks over there because he drew the entire ogive wrong. Others he would have scored 80 on 80. He got 74. Why? Because he just lost 6 marks over there. He just told me that these things you have to remember the formula, and I want you to practice more and more so that you don't get confused, because he was the one like in the models. Of course his finals are not done. In models he had his models, so he was just telling me his experience. So I don't want you people to repeat this, because over here you just need to remember the formula and get the answer. So this is your chance to score very well.
Ma'am, for me also in my paper, microeconomics, the micro was okay.
Hmm.
Statistics, the I learned the formulas for the mean median,
Hmm.
and all the questions was from mean median mode only.
Hmm.
I learned the formula, and many of us were saying that we don't know which formula to exactly use when we see the question like that.
Yes, that's why the practice. You remember the chart which we made in the
Yes,
very starting?
yes.
That chart. Every day give it a reading. That's the only way. In mean median, direct 6 to 10 marks you will get in that chapter. If you want to score that, just give it a reading every day.
Ma'am,
Okay?
I knew the formulas,
Mhm.
but from the question, I didn't. Though there, like for each, there is three parts again, right?
Yes.
So
So over
then, just
here,
by
first
reading the
thing, just
question,
see, first you have to first find whether this is an individual series, discrete series, or the continuous series, right? Once you
that
got
was
this,
a bit hard.
then after, yeah, this is very, what I will do, let's just finish the syllabus. Okay, when you have your final exam.
And my final exam was starting on 20th February.
Okay, so don't worry. So when you, what about economics? When you have your economics?
Then
Because my main motive is to complete the
I'm
thing.
on 27th.
Okay, so you have a good time, don't worry. So what we will be doing like till 15th or 18th, we'll just finish off everything, right? So that we can revise everything and I can share you some samples of the question and few strategies how you can score well, how you can revise very well. But the only thing which I would like to tell you, for statistic, just make your notebook, write all the formulas for every chapter and also for the relations, right? You relations that see this cost, revenue, and all that. Very, very important. MC,
Yeah, ma'am.
all
I
that. Just
mean,
make one
I
notebook for that as well. Just write all the formula every day, give it a reading. This is the only way you can score very well. If you want to score, you have to put efforts from day one. Not It's not like that tomorrow you are having exam, today you are thinking you'll learn
yeah, ma'am.
everything. No.
Also, plus we have our practicals also now. So this
Mhm.
maybe from in my school, this year started with exams, and we have exams and exams.
Okay.
Actually,
It's like everyone who, everyone is right now stressed about this only. So don't worry. Like what we can do is like we need to give our 100%. Whatever, like I always tell my students to give 100%. Don't worry about the result. Give your 100%. If you feel like you were honest during your studies, you studied very well. The boy, which who I teach, whom I teach 1 to 1, he just lost 6 marks. He got 74. Earlier, he got 78 in the you can say pre-models. So of course he scored highest, and now he scored 674. So of course everyone is expecting to score well, not the down, right? But I was not disheartened with him because I know he did a silly mistake or something, but he was like, he did it 100%. That's what matter for me, right? So this is what I want. It should not be like this, that you are sitting in the exam hall and you are unable to recall the formula. This should not be the situation.
No, ma'am,
Clear?
I knew the formula.
Hmm.
I mean,
But
for
applying
all
it,
those
that
questions,
becomes the chance.
even if I did not like get the answer, I wrote the formula
Hmm.
and I kept. And for those which use the formula properly, I got the answer also. But then like, all means the majority of the questions are only this one, finding mean, median. Yeah.
Hmm. So that's the practice. So don't worry, Siona. Like, what we will be doing, let's just
I
finish the syllabus first, like by this week. Okay.
I did not get pass mark for that.
No, 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 nothing like that. You will do it. Don't worry. But everything, just give it a, just make yourself good in your formulas, and then we will just discuss it, what problem you are facing, and accordingly we'll find a solution. Okay. Okay, guys. So let's just do. We have only 15 to 20 more minutes. Okay. This is the modified version. Quickly write it down. Then I'll tell you how to find out the relation.
Ma'am, so we shouldn't learn the first formula, right?
No, no
Only
need to
this
learn
one.
that. Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
Okay, done, guys. Written.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now listen to it very carefully, girls. Okay. Hmm. Now, over here, you are going to use this formula only. So, first of all, the formula is summation of x, y, right? You don't have this extra as this x is given, and this is big X. First of all, you need to calculate the small x. How will you calculate the small x? X minus mean, right? First of all, you need to calculate the mean, then this is x. You know how to calculate the mean. You will add it and divide by the number of observation. Yes?
Okay.
Right? See, these are the steps. Listen to it very carefully. Okay? Let me just erase it. Okay. First thing is, just check the formula. First of all, you need x and y because you have big X, not the small x. Okay? So you have big X. You need to calculate the small x and small y. Right? To calculate small x, you need x, which you have. This is x. Right? And the mean, but you don't have mean. So you will take this x1. This is individual series. In an individual series, what do you do? X1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by number of item. So 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus whatever you got, for example, 100, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, for example, 10. So your mean is 10. Clear? Now you have to calculate this x. You will make a column here, x. Okay, let's just make it here. Listen to it very carefully, girls. Okay. Now this is the situation. So first is your x. Okay. And then you need to calculate this small x. Okay. This one is bigger x. This is a small x. So small x is big X minus mean. Big X was 2. 2 minus 10. Whatever your answer, you will write. Then 3 minus 10. Whatever answer, you will make it right here. Right? Then again, you need to x squared. So whatever number you are getting, you will multiply. For example, you got 10. So 10 multiplied by 10, 100. This is small x square. Right? Now similarly for y also. Y is given, which is 4, 7, 8 like this. First of all, you need to calculate small y. Small y is big Y minus mean of Y. So again, add all this divided by the number. You will get the mean of Y. Right? This mean of Y. Okay. Now, Y minus mean. For example, mean was 10. So, 4 minus 10, whatever you are getting. Then again the square. Now, summation of XY. So, you will just make a table XY here. X and Y. Right? These are the small x and small y. So this x and this y. You will add it and you will sum up here. Right? And summation of x square. This one you will sum it here. Summation of y square. This one you will add it here. And then you will put the value and you will get the answer. Can you see this? Yes?
Yes.
Right?
Mm.
Okay.
Ma'am, how much mark will this come for?
This can come for 4 or 6 marks. Depends. Clear? Now over here, see, just don't believe over here, na, whether it is, they have just calculated the mean, just check your mean on your own, right? No need to blindly believe this. Clear? So this is the table. I'm showing you the heading only. I hope you know what to do. Yes? Quickly do it and tell me the answer. First, make a table and do the summation. You need to do summation of this xy, this one summation of x square, this one summation, and summation of y square, this one summation. Right? Once you do this, tell me, and then you will just tell me the values. Then we will check it. If you are wrong, you will collect it. Then you will put in the formula and you will get the answer. Clear?
Okay. Pangu? Sorry, ma'am.
No issues.
Y bar is 10, right?
Mean?
Yes, ma'am. Y bar, mean of Y.
Okay, you got the value. Siona, you also got the values.
Ma'am, can you show how to calculate XY for sigma XY? The small x and small y.
Small x, this big X minus mean. And Y, small y is big Y, which is given to you, minus mean of Y.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
quickly do it, and I'll just wait for 2 more minutes and then we'll check the answers.
Ma'am, I'm getting the values of x square and x square different from the textbook solution.
Let's check.
Ma'am, I found the square of the big X values.
No, 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 no. You have to square the small x. Right?
Ma'am, but where is this? Ma'am, but I don't know where is this small.
See, you have to square the deviation. This small x is a deviation, na? So square of small x.
Oh.
Okay. This one is not deviation, big X.
Mm.
Okay. Ritika, you got the same answer. Check your answer quickly. Okay, now put it in the formula and get the answer. Okay, you put it? Okay, do it. Do it.
And now I'm getting correct.
Okay, now put the formula and get the answer. Girls done?
Ma'am, I put the values. I got the values in the formula.
Okay, so what you got after putting it?
And wait, I didn't do the full calculation. I got 128 divided by root of 28 into 82.
Okay. So let me just show you the answer. 58 divided by 28 multiplied by 130. So it is 360. When you will solve this, you know how to solve this under root and all?
Mm.
No? Yes?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So those who didn't know, I'll just explain you in the next class. Okay. But those who know very well, see, in case if you are here and you don't know what to do, just leave this. Clear? Just leave it. Okay. Because this will, if you will not find this answer, they will deduct your half marks or 1 marks. But if you don't know this, then you will do a calculation mistake and your answer will be wrong and then you will lose the entire marks. Okay. So it's better to be smart enough. Okay. So first of all, you will try to learn this on your own first. Okay. How to do this, how to calculate the under root value. Okay. You have different resources. And in the next class, I'll also explain you how to do this. Clear? Ritika, you got the same answer?
Ma'am, I didn't complete it. I was still doing the root.
Just a minute. Okay, Ritika, you didn't get the same answer?
Ma'am, I hadn't completed it. I was still doing the root.
Okay, okay, okay. So I hope you can complete it and you can just write this answer and just let yourself know that whether you got the same answer or not. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is C. High positive correlation. Right?